Welcome to Module 6. If you have been with us from the beginning, you now know how to use AI as a strategic partner. You can draft board reports, analyze market data, generate innovation ideas, and communicate with influence. That is powerful. But now, we are going to take a massive leap forward. Everything you have learned so far has required you to initiate it. You type a prompt, you review the output, you take action. But what if AI could work for you while you sleep? What if it could monitor, decide, and act without you touching a keyboard? That is the promise of Agentic AI. Welcome to Module 6, Introduction to Agentic AI for Leaders. This is where AI moves from being a productivity tool to becoming operational infrastructure. Session 6.1, What Agentic AI Means for Business Leaders. Let me start by clearing up the jargon. Agentic AI sounds technical, but the concept is simple. Think of a traditional AI like ChatGPT as a brilliant intern. You give it a task, it responds, and you wait for it to finish. It does nothing until you ask. An AI agent, on the other hand, is like hiring a permanent, autonomous staff member. You define the role once. Then it works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without breaks, without supervision, without complaining. It monitors, decides, and executes entire workflows end to end. Here is the difference in business terms. Regular AI requires your input every time. You prompt it, it responds. Its value is saving your time one task at a time. Agentic AI is set up once and runs continuously. Its value multiplies the time of your entire team. It can handle hundreds of tasks simultaneously. And once it is built, the cost of running it is near zero. Think about the implications. You stop doing repetitive work. You stop asking your team to do repetitive work. You simply design the agent, turn it on, and it executes, while your people focus on strategic, high-judgment work. So which business processes are right for agents? Look for these characteristics. High frequency. Tasks that happen daily, weekly, or every time an event occurs. Rule-based. Clear logic. If X happens, then do Y. Multi-app. The process moves data between systems. Email, spreadsheets, CRMs, databases. Time sensitive. It needs to happen quickly, but currently it gets delayed because people are busy, error-prone. Humans make mistakes on repetitive tasks. Agents execute with perfect consistency. When you see these patterns, you have found a candidate for an AI agent. Session 6.2, The Agent Building Platforms. A Leader's Guide. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds great, but I'm not a coder. Here is the good news. You do not need to be. There are platforms designed for business leaders like you. They use visual interfaces, drag and drop, not code. Let me introduce you to the leading options. Make.com is my recommendation. It is powerful, flexible, and has a generous free tier of 1,000 operations per month. The learning curve is medium, but it is the best balance of capability and accessibility. This is what we will use for our examples. Zapier is the easiest to start with. It handles simple cross-app automations. Free tier gives you 100 tasks per month. Great for simple workflows like, when I get an email with an attachment, save it to Google Drive. N8N is for technical teams. It is open source and highly flexible. If you have an engineering team, they will love it. Power Automate is the Microsoft ecosystem choice. If your organization runs on Microsoft 365, this is your native platform. Salesforce Flow lives inside Salesforce. Perfect for automating sales and CRM processes. For leaders, I recommend starting with Make.com. It strikes the right balance between capability and ease of use. And because it has a free tier, you can experiment without any budget approval. Session 6.3, Your First Leadership Agent, Executive Briefing Builder. Let me walk you through a real agent you can build in about 30 minutes. I call it the Executive Morning Briefing Agent. Imagine arriving at your desk every morning at 7 a.m. In your inbox is a perfectly formatted briefing, the top 3 headlines in your industry, competitor moves from the last 24 hours, market signals worth watching, and 1 recommended action for your day. This agent does not require you to do anything. It runs on its own. Here is how it works in simple terms. Module 1, the trigger. Every weekday at 6:30 a.m., the agent wakes up. Module 2, news aggregation. It goes out to multiple sources at once: industry RSS feeds, competitor news alerts, regulatory updates, and pulls in everything published since yesterday. Module 3, AI synthesis. It takes all that raw information and sends it to OpenAI with a carefully crafted prompt. The prompt says, in effect, "You are my executive intelligence analyst. Summarize today's key business news relevant to my company, formatted into 4 sections. Headline watch, 3 most important items, competitor activity, market signals, and 1 recommended action. Tone, concise, direct for a senior executive." Module 4, email delivery. Finally, the agent packages that summary into a clean email and sends it to you, with the subject line, Executive Morning Brief, today's date. Build time, about 30 minutes. Value, you save roughly 45 minutes of reading and scanning every single day. That adds up to over 180 hours a year. This is not a far-off fantasy. This is an agent you can build this week on a free account without writing a single line of code.